Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Hashim Ali Khan. Now in this video I am going to explain you the problem number 5 and 6. Already 4 problems I have completed in the previous video regarding computation of income from salary. Hope my regular viewers have already watched the earlier videos, got a good command on how to compute the income from salary according to the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961. So I have explained the complete theory of all the provisions of how to compute the income from salary in the earlier videos. So if you have not watched the earlier videos, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject Income Tax 1 and the topic for the assessment year 2021 and the topic income from salary. So if you have watched earlier videos, then definitely you don't find any difficulty how to compute the income from salary. Now, before starting the problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. So take a printout, take a hard copy and keep it ready before watching the video. Now, fifth problem I am reading out. See, listen carefully. Mr. Karim is working in a limited company at Mumbai. First of all, the SSC Mr. Karim is a non-government employee and working in Mumbai. Determine the income from salary for the assessment year 2021. Basic pay 16,000 for first 4 months and thereafter 18,800 per month. So every month 16,000 rupees for the first 4 months of the year, and remaining 8 months the salary will be 18,800. This is the basic pay. Fixed allowance of DA 60% of basic. So whatever basic we get, of that 60% is the dearness allowance. He is living in a rented house on a monthly rent of 8,000 and the same is reimbursed by the employer. See here, new point is there. The employee is living in a rented house and he is paying the rent. The employer is reimbursing the rent. So it is a perquisite, not an allowance. House rent allowance is different. House rent allowance is a fixed monetary amount given per month. But here it is not saying allowance. It is saying the rent of the employee is reimbursed by the employer. So it is a monetary obligation of the employee met by the employer. It's fully taxable perquisite. We have to take it under fully taxable perquisite. And CCA, City Compensatory Allowance, fully taxable, 3,000 per month. Club bill paid by the employer 6,300, including sports club fee of 2,000. The employee has become a club member and the membership fee of the club is paid by the employer. It's a taxable perquisite. But Income Tax Act says sports club or health club bill paid by the employer is not taxable. So here sports club fee of 2,000 is not taxable. Out of 6,300 minus 2,000, 4,300 will be taxable. Employer's contribution to RPF at 13.5% of basic pay. Interest credited to accumulated provident fund at 12% rate is 36,000. This point also we are first time coming across in the problems. In theory, I have explained you regarding RPF, Recognized Provident Fund. According to the provisions of Income Tax Act, employers' contribution to RPF is exempted up to 12% of salary. If the employer is contributing to RPF up to 12%, it is exempted. If he contributes more than 12%, it is taxable. Here it is given the 13.5%. Employer is contributing 13.5%. So up to 12% exempted. Excess 12%. That means 13.5 minus 12. 1.5% is taxable. And according to the provisions of Income Tax Act, interest credited to RPF is exempted up to the rate of 9.5%. If the interest is credited up to 9.5% rate of interest, it is exempted. Over 9.5%, if the interest is credited, the excess will be taxable. So here it is given 12%. 12% is the rate of interest. So up to 9.5% is exempted, the excess will be taxable. That is the point. Next, cook is appointed by Mr. Karim, but salary is paid by the employee by the company 3,500 per month and bonus 6,000 per annum. See, a cook, a servant is appointed by the employee himself, but the salary and bonus of this cook is paid by the employer. So in this case, it's a taxable perquisite for all employees because the cook was appointed by the employee himself. If the cook had been appointed by the employer, it would have been taxable only in specified cases. But here, cook is appointed by the employee himself, so it's a taxable perquisite to all the employees. The amount paid, salary and bonus paid by the company is the value of the perquisite. Next is other payments made by the company. Car maintenance allowance 5,000 rupees per month, actual amount spent 80%. Income Tax Act says if car maintenance allowance is given, it is a fully taxable allowance. It is immaterial how much amount he has spent. The car maintenance allowance is fully taxable allowance. Credit card expenses 15,000, including 3,000 for official purpose. Credit card expenses paid or reimbursed by the employer is a taxable perquisite. But if it is used for official purpose, it is not taxable. So out of 15,000, 3,000 is for official purpose. Deduct 3,000, remaining 12,000 taxable. Then free lunch of rupees 90 per day for 185 days. Free lunch provided. So according to income tax provision, if lunch is provided during the office hours and within the business premises, it is exempted if the cost of each meal is up to rupees 50. If the payment is made over 50 rupees, it will become a taxable. Here it is given the lunch is provided 90 rupees per meal. So it is more than 50. So how much is the excess amount? 90 minus 50, 40 rupees per day is taxable. How many days? 185 days. So 185 into 40 is the value of the perquisite. Lastly, paid profession tax. It will be allowed as deduction under section 16(3). Now, see the computation here. Computation of income from salary of Mr. Karim for the assessment year 2021 salary, basic salary. First 4 months salary is 16,000 per month. So 16,000 into 4, 64,000. The remaining 8 months salary is 18,800. It is given in the problem. So 18,800 into 8, we have 1,50,400. The total of the basic is 2,14,400. First one. Second, employer's contribution to RPF in excess of 12% of salary. Up to 12% of salary, if it is there, it is not taxable. If the contribution is more than 12%, it is taxable. So in working note, I have explained you here. Employer's contribution to RPF 13.5%. Exempted is up to 12%. Up to 12% exempted. So 13.5 minus 12, 1.5% is taxable. So 1.5% of basic. How much is the basic salary? 2,14,400. So 1.5% of 2,14,400, 3,216. Similarly, interest credited to RPF. If the rate of interest is up to 9.5% exempted. Over 9.5% it is taxable. In our problem it is given interest credited at 12%. At 12%, so up to 9.5% exempted. At 12%, how much is the amount of interest given? 36,000. In the problem it is given interest credited in RPF at the rate of 12%, amount is 36,000. So we have to calculate like this. Interest credited to RPF at 12%, 36,000. Exempted interest rate is 9.5%. At 12% rate, the interest amount is given 36,000. At 9.5% rate, how much would be the interest? So 9.5 divided by 12 into 36,000, 28,500. तो 9.5% के हिसाब से 28,500. तो 28,500 is exempted. तो taxable how much? 36,000 minus 28,500. 7,500 is the taxable amount. This is the tax. So we have taken all the salary item. Now we come to allowances. DA's allowance, DA. It is given in the problem. DA is 60% of basic. So basic 2,14,400, 60%. 60% of 2,14,400, 1,28,640. CCA, City Compensatory Allowance, fully taxable, 3,000 per month into 12, 36,000. Car Maintenance Allowance, 60,000. In working note, I have explained you about car maintenance allowance. It is fully taxable. So car maintenance allowance you can see here. Total allowance receipt 5,000 per month into 12, 60,000. Fully taxable. Amount spent should not be considered according to the provisions of IT Act 1961. So 60,000 rupees is the car maintenance allowance. So we have completed salary, we have completed allowances. Now we'll come to perquisite. First perquisite. Reimbursement of rent by employer. Just now I told you rent is paid by the employee, but the amount is reimbursed by the employer. It's a monetary obligation of the employee met by the employer, fully taxable for all employees. So here in working note I have explained. Reimbursement of rent by employer. It is fully taxable perquisite. Amount reimbursed is the value of the perquisite. 8,000 into 12, 96,000. Club bill paid by the employer. Club bill paid by the employer is a taxable perquisite, but sports club bill is not taxable. So sports club bill को निकाल देंगे. Club bill paid by the employer 6,300. Sports club fee is 2,000. So is tax free. The remaining amount is taxable. So 6,300 minus 2,000, 4,300 is a taxable perquisite. 4,300. Salary of cook paid by the employer. Just now I told you, cook is appointed by the SSC, by the employee, but the salary and bonus are paid by the employer. So it is a taxable perquisite for everybody because the cook was appointed by the employee himself. So here in working note I have explained you here salary of cook paid by the employer 3,500 per month into 12, 42,000. Fully taxable in the hands of all employees because the cook was appointed by employee himself, plus bonus of rupees 5,000. So 42,000 plus 5,000, 47,000 is the value of the perquisite. Next one, credit card expenses paid by the employer. So credit card expenses paid or reimbursed by the employer is a taxable perquisite for specified employees. But if the credit card bill is paid for official purpose, it is not taxable. So here in working note I have explained here. Credit card expense paid by the employer 15,000, rupees 3,000 for official purpose. Official purpose is not a taxable perquisite. So hence taxable amount is 15,000 minus 3,000, 12,000 is the taxable amount. Next, free lunch provided by employer. Free lunch provided. If the amount is up to 50 rupees per day, it is exempted. Over 50 rupees, it is taxable. In our problem, it is given 90. So 90 minus 50, 40 rupees per day. How many days? 185 days. So free lunch provided by employer at the rate of 90 per day for 185 days. So up to 50 rupees per day exempted, the excess is taxable. So 40 rupees into 185, it comes to 7,400. So 7,400 is the free lunch provided. Profitability of salary, nil. Then gross income from salary, 6,16,456. From this gross salary, deductions are allowed under section 16. 16.1, 16.1a, 16.2, 16.3. 16.1a standard deduction. It's a compulsory deduction which is allowed to everyone who is having income from salary. The list of the following two, here it is given. First, gross income from salary or fixed ceiling of rupees 50,000. So gross income from salary is 6,16,456 or 50,000, whichever is least. So 50,000 is the deduction, standard deduction. So standard deduction 50. EA deduction is not there because there is no EA. There is no entertainment allowance, so no entertainment allowance deduction, put a dash. Then professional tax paid under section 16.3, 4,500. Add up 54,500, deduct 5,61,956 is the income from salary. This is the end of problem number 5. Come on, now we'll start the next problem, problem number 6. Mr. Srinivas is working in ABC Limited. So first of all, he is a non-government employee. His salary income particulars are as under compute income from salary. Basic salary 18,500 per month and DA 9,000 per month. entertainment allowance 26,000 per annum, and medical allowance 2,500 per month. Remember, DA fully taxable. Entertainment allowance, first of all we have to take fully entertainment allowance under allowances. Later on we have to see whether deduction, he can get the deduction or not under section 16(2). So afterwards we have to see whether he is eligible for deduction under section 16(2) or not. First of all, EA should be fully taken under allowances. Medical allowance fully taxable. Bonus 10% of basic. The bonus will be taken under salary, 10% of basic. During the year, he received a cash gift of rupees 75,000 and a laptop of rupees 25,000. The employer has given two gifts. One cash gift of 75,000 and another gift is laptop worth rupees 25,000. So Income Tax Act says cash gift given by the employer to the employee is fully taxable, and gift given in kind is exempted up to 5,000. The excess will be taxable. So here 75,000 cash gift fully taxable under perquisites, and 25,000 laptop, out of 25,000 5,000 is exempted. So remaining 20,000 taxable. So 75,000 plus 20,000, 95,000 rupees is the gift taxable. Next, rent-free furnished accommodation is provided in Sholapur city, population 37.56 lakhs, for which rent paid by the employer 10,000 per month and cost of furniture provided 2,60,000. Now, carefully you remember the provisions. Already I have explained the provisions regarding rent-free accommodation in the theory video in detail. So if you have watched the theory video, definitely you know what are the provisions of calculating value of rent-free accommodation. First of all, we have to see whether government or non-government. If government employee, rent fixed by the government is the value of rent-free accommodation. But here it is not government, non-government. If it is non-government, we have to see whether accommodation is owned or hired by the employer. If it is owned by the employer, it depends on the population of the city where this accommodation is provided. If it is hired, we don't require the population. In this problem, it is given for which rent paid by the employer. Rent paid by the employer means it is a hired accommodation. It is not owned by the employer. In that case, the value of the perquisite is list of the following two amounts. Actual rent paid by the employer or 15% of salary. Whichever is list is the value of rent-free unfurnished accommodation. To that we add 10% of cost of furniture provided to get value of furnished accommodation. So here in the problem, Sholapur city population is given not required. This is required only if the accommodation is owned by the employer. That's it. Next, a small car is provided for personal and official purpose and all expenses are paid by the company including driver's salary. First of all, motor car is a taxable perquisite for specified employee. Now here it is a specified employee because salary is more than 50,000 per annum. Now if it's a big car, 2,400 per month. If it is a small car, 1,800 per month is the value of the perquisite given by the Income Tax Act. The provision has been given by the Income Tax Act. It says if it is a small car, 1,800 rupees per month. So here it is a small car given for both personal and official expense. All expenses are paid by the employer. So it is 800 rupees per month is the value of the motor car. Apart from that, driver is also given. So 900 rupees per month will be added as driver's wages. So 1,800 per month plus 900 per month is the value of the perquisite. Mobile phone bill paid by the employer 65,000. Telephone bill of the residence of the employee or mobile phone bill paid by the employer is a tax-free perquisite. Already we came across in the previous problem also. His contribution to recognized provident fund is 12% and employer's contribution is 13%. Employee's contribution to RPF 12%. This is a qualified saving under section 80C. Deduction will be allowed under section 80C for employee's contribution. But right now we are not calculating deductions. When we have to calculate the total income, then we need qualified savings. Right now we are not calculating total income, we are calculating income from salary. So employees' contribution to RPF should not be considered right now in this problem. And employers' contribution to RPF 13%. So Income Tax Act says up to 12% employers' contribution to RPF is exempted. Over 12% is taxable. Here it is 13%, so 1% is taxable. Now he paid professional tax 2,500. 2,500 professional tax, that will be allowed as deduction under section 16(3). That's it. This is the problem. Now one by one item I have explained you briefly. Now in detail I explain. Computation of income from salary of Mr. Srinivas for the assessment year 2021. Salary. Basic salary is given in the first line 18,500 per month into 12. 2,22,000. Bonus is given in the problem 10% of basic. So 10% of 2,22,000, 22,200. Now employer's contribution to RPF in excess of 12% of salary. That I'll give it in working note. Employer's contribution to RPF 13%. Exempted up to 12% of salary. Hence 1% is taxable. So 1% of salary is taxable. Taxable amount is 1% of 2,22,000 basic salary. That is 2,220. 2,220. That's all. Salary item completed. Now I am coming to allowances. Dearness allowance, fully taxable, 9,000 per month into 12, 1,08,000. Entertainment allowance, EA stands for entertainment allowance. First of all, whatever is given in the problem, fully will take 26,000 per annum. Medical allowance is given 2,500 per month. So 2,500 into 12, 30,000. Allowances completed. Now perquisites. Cash gift and laptop given by the employer. Just now I told you, cash gift given by the employer fully taxable, whereas gift given in kind is exempted up to 5,000, excess will be taxed. So here in working note, cash gift of 75,000 and laptop 25,000 given by the employer. Gift received in cash 75,000 is fully taxable, whereas gift received in kind is tax free up to 5,000, the excess is taxable. The taxable amount will be 75,000 full amount plus 20,000. So out of 25,000, 5,000 exempted, 20,000 taxable. So 95,000 rupees is the value of the perquisite. Second, rent-free accommodation provided. Next, again working note. Now I'll explain you in working note. Just now I have explained in detail regarding rent-free accommodation. So here the accommodation is not owned by the employer, so the value of rent-free unfurnished accommodation is least of the following. First of all, you have to find out value of unfurnished. There afterwards we will calculate furnished. The value of unfurnished accommodation is least of the following two. Actual rent paid by the employer, given in the problem, employer pays 10,000 rupees per month into 12, 1,20,000. 15% of salary. Salary, remember what do you mean by salary for calculating the value of RFA? Salary means basic plus bonus plus fees plus commission plus all taxable allowances except DA. Except DA. DA will be included if it enters for retirement benefit. And all other monetary benefits which are given by the employer to the employee except perquisites. And income tax or profession tax paid or reimbursed by the employer. अगर employer income tax profession tax pay करा employee का तो वो भी मिलेगा. But here in right now we don't have any income tax or profession tax paid by the employer, right? So we will take basic. How much is the basic here? 2,22,000. So here you can see carefully. I have taken 2,22,000 basic salary plus 22,200. This is the bonus. Bonus 22,200 that I have taken. Third, EA, entertainment allowance, fully taxable, 26,000. Then medical allowance 30,000, fully taken. Remember DA 1,08,000 I have not taken because DA will be taken only if it enters for retirement benefit. If in the problem specifically given DA enters for retirement benefit, then only we should take the DA. Otherwise, DA will not be taken while computing salary for the purpose of RFA. Then take the total of these four amounts, 3,200, 15% of 3,200 is 45,030. Now, least of these two amount is the value of rent-free unfurnished accommodation. The least is 45,000. This is the value of rent-free unfurnished accommodation. To this we have to add 10% of the cost of furniture. Furniture provided is 2,60,000 given in the problem. So 10% of 2,60,000, 26,000. Add up 71,030 is the value of rent-free furnished accommodation. 71,030. So I have taken here 71,030. Next, motor car provided by the employer. Just now I told you, if motor car is given by the employer, we have to see what is the purpose of usage. It is given for both personal and official. In that case, we have to see who is paying the expenses. All the expenses are paid by the employer. So fixed amount 1,800 rupees per month for small car. If it is a big car, 2,400. Now it is a small car. Motor car provided by employer for personal and official use. It's a small car. So the value of the perquisite is 1,800 rupees per month. Include driver's wages of rupees 900. Because in the problem it is given driver is also provided. So driver wages is fixed to 900 rupees per month given by the Income Tax Act. Income Tax Act has given this amount, 900 rupees should be added as driver's wages. So 1,800 into 12, 21,600 plus 10,800, 32,400 is the value of perquisite of motor car. 32,400. Next one is mobile phone bill. Mobile phone bill paid by the employer. In working note I have explained you, mobile phone bill paid by the employer is a tax-free perquisite. Now profit in lieu of salary is not there. The gross income from salary is 6,08,850 gross income. Now deductions under section 16. First, standard deduction under section 16(1)(a). List of the following two. Here, gross income from salary or fixed ceiling given by Income Tax Act 50,000. The gross income from salary is 6,08,850 or 50,000, whichever is least. 50,000 is least. So deduction 50,000. EA deduction. EA, he has received EA. Entertainment allowance he has received 26,000. But EA deduction under section 16(2) will not be allowed because the SSC is a non-government employee. EA deduction will be allowed only for government employees. For non-government employees, EA deduction will not be allowed. So put a dash. Here I have written EA deduction not allowed as deduction because the SSC is a non-government employee. Last one, profession tax paid by the employee. Given in the problem, 2,500. So take the total 52,500, deduct 5,56,350. This is the income from salary. That's all. This is the end of problem number 6. So totally 6 problems I have completed explaining each and every point on how to compute the income from salary. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, if you think that this lecture will increase your knowledge, then give a like to the video. And subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed. Share it in your group and friend circle so that more students can watch the videos. And lastly, give your comments, give your suggestions about my lectures. We'll continue the next problem in the next video.